What we're going to cover today is first, understanding the important metrics of your Amazon business and how to isolate your creative issues. That's number one. Number two, what we're going to cover is how to double or even triple your traffic with two easy steps. Okay. And next, we're going to talk about how to use, what are some of the most effective techniques to increase your conversions and how to create stunning Amazon pictures using AI. And in the end, I'll give you some bonus tips, and if I'm not able to finish on time, you can meet me outside at the booth. So let's, as an Amazon sellers, you guys understand these basic metrics like impressions, sessions, and unit session percentage. So if you want to get more impressions, the first thing that you need to do is you need to have a good SEO. You need to have like good ranking and good PPC strategy. And if you want more sessions, you can either drive traffic from externally, or if you want extra traffic on Amazon, there's only one way for you to get more traffic, and which is the CTR. Okay. And if you want more unit session percentage, you could do like great images, videos, A plus content, copy. So as a business owner, or you as an Amazon seller, what you should be focusing on the highest leverage activity. Okay, something which can you do and creates the biggest impact, like 80/20 rule. Okay, and what is the 80/20 rule in the Amazon creatives is your CTR. If you could figure out like ways to increase your impressions, like increase your CTR, it could be a game changer for your business. So let's say, for example, you have 1 million impressions on your Amazon listing and your click-through rate is 1%. So that means you're going to have 10,000, visitors or 10,000 sessions. And for example, if you have, 10% unit session percentage, you will get 1,000 sales. And keeping the same example, if we could increase your click through rate by 0.5%, now you're making like 500 extra sales. So all you did is just increase the CTR. But how do you actually increase the CTR? That is the biggest question here. And there are like 6 different factors which are responsible for your CTR. Number one is your main image. Okay. So number two, it's your product title, price, reviews, Amazon badges, and the fulfillment. So you don't really control most of them. The only thing that you can control as an Amazon seller, it's your main image or your product title. You know, you can't really control the price because it's market dominant, reviews given by the customers, Amazon badges given by the Amazon. So the only thing that you can do is title and the main image. So it is a proven fact that the listings with more traffic make more sales, and the main image is the most important factor if you want to have more more traffic on your listing. So let's talk about the basics first. Okay, you already know this, that your main image has to be Amazon compliant, no logos, no badges, no text, no graphics. It has to cover 85% unique angle, which is basic. You guys are already doing that. But the struggle is, how do you increase your click through rate? How do you make your main image stand out when Amazon is so strict on the main images, right? So all you can do is a product on white background and still stand out. How do you do that? Like top sellers, top agencies, freelancers, everybody struggles with that. And that's where I'm going to help you out today, give you some strategies that you're using already or some new strategies that you're going to learn. Okay, part one, how to increase the CTR. And let's take a look at the risk versus reward. The image that you see on the left is the safest image, but it gives you the least competitive edge. Okay, the image on the far right is a little bit risky, but it gives you really high competitive edge. What we recommend is you staying within in the middle, doing something creative, okay, which is still Amazon compliant or Amazon system cannot really catch it, so that you win on Amazon. And some of you are already thinking, Kamal, but that's not really Amazon compliant. But if you look at this slide, there's only one image which is perfectly Amazon compliant. And we did a PickFu poll, and unfortunately, the only Amazon compliant image got just one vote. So you pick whether you want to be perfectly Amazon compliant or do you want to go above and beyond. I think this is the product that we recently did. I think for Andre, I don't know if he's here. I think he was here Yeah, hey Andres. So this is one of his products. So don't look at the winner, look at the loser. Just one vote, and it's perfectly Amazon compliant, right? So the first strategy that I have for you guys is the label it strategy. So label it strategy, how that works is you add a label of your unique selling proposition on the product packaging, even if that does not exist on the packaging. This is the example. So the image on the left, you see the product packaging. On the main keyword like unflavored protein powder, your click share is about 9%. Okay, what we did, we added a label on the product packaging, which is the unique selling proposition, like 25-gram protein and it's unflavored. From the brand analytics, we found the data that the click share was almost doubled. Okay, and if you are in the stage of like creating a product packaging, try to create a packaging which can help you increase your click-through rate on Amazon. Okay, so let's say if your product does not come in in a product packaging, so this is a great example. Gorilla Grip, uh, they are the masters. They have been doing this for over 5 years now, and no wonder, like most of their products, they're the best sellers. And I'm pretty sure this product does not come like this. It's logistically does not make sense. So what they have done, they have extended the label, telling their unique selling proposition. It's extra large cutting boards, and they're showing the other colors as well. And this is one of the top emerging brands in the USA, Dude Wipes. They're absolutely killing it on Amazon, and they're using the exact same strategy. Okay, Trasio, Angry Bird, Angry Orange. Yeah, they're they're using the exact same strategy. So Old Spice, really big brand, they're using the exact same strategy. Okay, so this is what you need to do. See if you can use it. All you need to do is break the pattern on the Amazon search results with the main image. Okay, the next one I have is the 2 seconds rule. Okay, so this is also a great example of having a unique product packaging. So 2 second rule. Okay, so your main image should pass this rule, because every time you look at your main image, or someone looks at your main image, it should clearly tell the other person what exactly your product is. If it's not doing that, they're not going to click on it. And how do you do that? You ask other people for feedback. So look at this example. We created this image and we added some arrows, here and there, and we asked, you know, for feedback, and people were not really, like, I don't know what exactly this product does. So this is actually a ring toss game, right? And we tried to simplify it. We did some, changes. We removed the arrows, make little bit more sense, but it still fails the 2 second rule, right? So what you need to do, you need to simplify this image further. Okay, so we created this image and now it passed the 2 second rule. Now you can clearly tell what does that product do. It's a ring toss game, and it also helps with people who have not the intention of buying your product. They're just shopping on Amazon, and if they can understand what your product is, they will click on it. If they don't understand, you're missing out on those all unintentional buyers. Moving on, using the model strategy, keyword push-up machine. When we added the model, he's actually the owner, Ron Williams. He's, I think, 7 times Mr. Universe champion. So we added his picture. He's the brand owner, and the click share was doubled. Okay, this is one example of using model strategy for simpler products. So if your product does have variations, this is a great example. So what used to work in the past is on the left, and what works now is showing your products in the background as a variation. Okay, so let's say if you're selling 10 variations, only one of them will get indexed, or only one of them will get ranked in the search results. Let's say if you're not showing the other colors, you're not doing justice to the other variations. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like on Amazon search results. Okay, the next one is my favorite one. It's called Kaizen strategy. And what we do here is every time you have a product image, you ask yourself just one question: can this be improved? And the answer is always yes. If you look at this image, I mean, it's okay image. I mean, it's a high quality pure white background, but can that be improved? Yes, it's always a yes. Much better. 3D rendered, high quality shot, really sharp. But can that be improved now? Yes. You have added, a wallpaper, stands out from the crowd. Okay. But can this be improved now? The answer is yes. Now you see your unique selling proposition. It's kind of a mixture of label and strategy. But 2 months down the road, everybody else, all your competitors are going to have the exact same image, because that's how people start to copy you. So can this be improved? The answer is yes. Okay. And it can that be improved? Yes. So you ask yourself like this question every single time, and you will have the best image, and people will be trying to catch up with you. You are not playing the catch up game. Okay. So the next one, it has an interesting story to it. We have 3 different design teams, and we ask them to create main image for this product. So team A, you know have the option A, and client really loved the option A. He was like, wow, this is one of my favorite image. But us as an agency owners were like, oh, option B looks perfectly fine. But when we did the audience poll, we found out that it's the option C which was the winner, because people wanted to look at the product more closely. People who buy your product, who's got like the product in their credit card in their hand, and they're going to purchase, they think differently. Show more angles. That's another great example. Would that be a justice if we only showed one image of the product? No, you're hiding the other side of the product. If your product has the other side where you can show something, use more angles. Okay. Let's say if your product is boring, add some colors to it. Okay. If you have a great packaging, add that packaging box. We did an audience poll, clearly 4-to-1 ratio, product packaging 1. Okay. If your product can be 3D rendered, I highly recommend that. It's going to pop out, from the search results. Really good. If your product has like multiple accessories, try to come up with, a nice layout to show all the content. And this is a good example, like, of, you know, what used to work in the past, what works now. Image on the left, the photographer did a really good job. I'm happy, but that unfortunately that does not work on Amazon anymore. Okay. And moving on, you can show your product in action as well. This is a great example of PickFu poll, showing your product, in action. And this image, the JJ Care is such a small brand, and it's winning with Pacifica, such a big brand, and they're winning it just by using that. And that's one part. You can improve your main image to increase the CTR. The second part is how can you do better job with product title so that your CTR goes up. This is what I'm going to show you. And I did a experiment, manager experiment, in March, and the results were phenomenal. If you look at the version A, it's such a long title. This is the existing title. So what we did, we created a new title. We removed the brand name from the beginning. We added the unique selling proposition, at the start, and we made it shorter. That's it. It took me 5 minutes to do that, but the results were phenomenal. I was getting 2.5 times more sales every single week. And 5 minutes of work, $40,000 best case scenario that I'm going to have incremental sales. Okay. Many sellers are afraid to do that, but I highly recommend.